Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tara here from Road to Nowhere. Just thought I'd check in with you guys this morning. I like to do some sort of setup where I can film when I'm driving, because sometimes something will happen or something will come across my mind I want to talk about, and I just don't have that capability. I've got my dash cam, although I don't have that to record audio. But I might see about getting me a different car mount. I have used one before, but then my phone will just shake when I'm driving. So if you get any recommendations for a good iPhone car mount holder that doesn't shake when you're driving, at the moment I'm just holding it with my hand. Anyway, so last night I did a little short about that I had gotten these loop earplugs I keep seeing advertised online. I'll pop a little link or a little card link up here somewhere. I'd gotten the ones, they're called quiet ones, that are intended and recommended for sleep. They're like a soft silicone, so they bend. And then I got another pair called, I want to say the Experience version, and so that's like depending on your noise sensitivity, say you're out to dinner with friends and it's really crowded, you can pop those in and you can hear your friends, but it kind of helps reduce the background noise, or like for events and stuff like that, kind of makes it not as so much for ears. So I've not really had a chance to use the Experience ones yet, because while I was at home yesterday, upstairs was out. And when I got in from work last night, I just went straight to bed. So, but I did have a chance to use the quiet ones, which is what my short was about last night. Just a bit sort of, you know, look what I got. And I think they worked. Either I was so dead to the world asleep, and a mixture of the earplugs worked, or just the earplugs worked. So normally, as you can see in the short, I usually have a white noise machine on full blast, which isn't loud, because that kind of defeats the purpose of white noise. But it's loud enough, but it still doesn't drown out him stomping around upstairs, because it sounds like wood snapping. It sounds like the floor is going to collapse. And I'm like, if he gets mad one day and just jumps, I'm sure it's going to, and that'll be the end of me in the middle of the night, 2 in the morning. So it doesn't drown it out, but it kind of helps disguise it. So I don't always, my brain doesn't always recognize it as much, and it doesn't always trigger me as much or as bad as it does sometimes. And then there's his snoring. I can hear him snore, right? Anyway, so I put the quiet earplugs in, turned my white noise machine full blast. But to me, through the earphones, it sounded like I only had it like maybe 15-20% turned up on the volume, so quiet. And I'm trying to go to sleep like that, but you know, when you're in bed at night and you start having conversations in your head with yourself, with other people from 10 years ago, I should have said this, why didn't I say that? Oh, if one day if they say this, so to dissuade my head from doing that, I listen to podcasts, and I'll link some of my favorite ones in the show notes below, because the stuff I listen to go to sleep to, it's no wonder I'm messed up in the head. But it distracts my brain, even if I don't normally pay attention to them much, but if I do, I'll go back and re-listen to it. Anyway, so, and I had my phone up full blast, but even to that, it sounded through the earplugs, it was quieter than how I normally have the volume on my phone playing podcasts without any earbuds and earphones. Or sometimes, if I do have to, if the noise is really loud, if he's having a night where he's just pacing, doing, you know, getting his steps in or whatever the he does all night long, I've got these like slim, like headband earphones. They're like slim speakers, and they're used for like jogging, for sports. I sleep in them because they go flat against them, and I have them quite turned up quite loud sometimes, depending on the volume of the podcast, as loud as the speakers will go in the headband, which isn't good for your ears, obviously. for your hearing. So with my phone up full blast, I've got an iPhone 13. Through the quiet earplugs, it sounded quieter than I would normally have my phone volume if I just had my phone sat out listening to it through the normal speakers through, you know, a normal day or whatever. So just just based on that, how quiet things that are normally would be loud-ish to the naked ear, I thought they're working. I was actually worried I wasn't going to hear my alarm, and I think that's why my internal clock kept getting me up at like 3, 5, 6, 7. I thought, okay, 7. My alarm's set for 7:30. I'm gonna go ahead and get up, get a shower, get ready, and I'll get out a bit early. And so I'm sitting in the car talking to you guys. I've still got plenty of time though, and I didn't hear a peep out of him. And that's like, even when I think he might be trying to be quiet, or he's just like taking the daintiest steps he can, because he, you know, like me, you know, he's a big fella, I'm a big girl, you know, it is what it is, and it's still, I can still hear it, and it still freaks me out. And they'll be like, he might drop something, his phone or a boot or who knows what, and it's like literally, it's like boom, it's like shit. Because it could be something, because there's no insulation between his floor and my ceiling, so everything gets echoed and reverbed and vibrated down through. So he, you know, he could drop a banana and it would sound like an Encyclopedia Britannica has been dropped on the floor to me, or like, you know, something like his phone or something else, and it would sound like a bowling ball to me. And it's quite triggering. And when I do get woken up in the night, it's not just, oh, I get woken up, oh great, it's I get woken up and chances are I get triggered, which means I get angry involuntarily. I can't control it, and then it takes me hours to get off the anger, especially if it continues, and it's just so last night I didn't hear anything, because I think these things work. I think we'll see how they go. I'll let you know. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. I've been rattling on for 7 minutes. I've got to get to North Middlesex Hospital to see they have a surgeon consult about my knee, my torn meniscus and everything. I'll let you know how it goes afterwards, all right? Wish me luck. Oh dear. Wish me luck. Right, so I've attached my little phone holder thing to the center vent. See how that does for now anyway. Right, so bit of a result, thank goodness. So yeah, my left knee, which I know is bad, it was diagnosed with advanced arthritis back in 2018, and it's still bad and worse. My right knee, which used to be my good knee, yes, it's got a torn meniscus. Yes, it's got arthritis starting to set in because of that. And she said that with both my knees, I've got what's called a tricompartmentalization arthritis, or tricompartmental. And basically, I've got arthritis in all 3 points of my joints: the sides, between the 2 bones, and then between the bones and the kneecap, the sides. So basically, anywhere you could get arthritis in your knees, I've got them. Triple for the win. I mean, you know, when I plan on going all out, I'll go all out, apparently. But so my left knee, she said, really the only option I have is surgery, or like knee replacement. But again, I'm still young. I'm basically just trying to buy some time. So again, keep trying to lose weight. Physiotherapy. You know, non-weight bearing exercise. So like swimming, aqua aerobics. So that was with my left knee. The right knee, she's like, we can do a keyhole surgery to remove the part of the meniscus that's torn, so taking off like the little fringes that cause the irritation and kind of get stuck between things they shouldn't be stuck between and all this kind of stuff. And this left van, just seriously. Or we can try cortisone shots. And I'm like, if I can have it today, let's go with a cortisone shot. So, and obviously you want to try the non-invasive options first. You don't just want to go straight into the deep end, really. So she gave me a cortisone shot, and pretty much straight away, as soon as I started to leave and started to walk out with my crutch, still not putting full weight, you know, on both knees, on both feet, I could really tell a difference. Sitting here, driving a red light at the moment, but driving, because I've got my leg, you know, bent to the side between going from pedal to pedal, you know, normally it hurts, so I'll get a bit of a, you know, twinge, and it feels normal. So fingers crossed, this could be at least a temporary solution. And she said, really, you know, you'd get them no more than 3 times a year, but obviously they want to minimize that, I guess, because you don't want it to become dependent on it. You don't want, you know, your body to become used to it and reject it, sort of thing, I guess. I don't know. But she's like, see how it goes. It might not work. It might work. It might work for a couple of weeks. It might work for a few months. But straight away, it's made a huge difference. I've got an appointment to go back in 6 weeks to see how it's going. I guess we'll evaluate again from there. And she's like, if it does work and it feels normal, you have no pain, great, but don't go crazy. This is already starting to kind of vibrate to the side a bit. Come on, hurry up. So I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'm not exactly going to start tearing up the dance floor or anything like that. So I just need to be mindful of that. But yeah, I mean, if this works and I can just go and get a shot every few months while I continue to try to lose weight, she says as she pulls into a McDonald's. It's nearly noon. I'm not eating anything since like 6 o'clock yesterday evening. I'm a bit busy. Then hey, I'm all for it. You know, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so let me know. Have you had a keyhole surgery on your tendons or meniscuses or cortisone shots? Have you had anything of that? How did it work for you? Did it work? Did it work for a little while? Did it work for a long while? Yeah, I'm gonna be about to eat and go to work. And I'll catch back with you guys later. Bye. All right, everybody. So I just thought I'd take you for a little stroll. Well, it's nice and sunny, because it does get nice and sunny in England sometimes. But more importantly, because at the moment I can walk. And I've got the sun right in my face. Ugh. Can't win. Either we don't have the sun and it's gloomy and miserable, or we do have the sun and it's right in our face. But more important thing is I can walk. I actually feel like I have to try to remember how to walk, because I've been walking with a limp or with a walking stick or a crutch for quite a while now, or in a way that it doesn't put too much pressure on my knee. And now that I'm walking normally, because the cortisone shot, it's just really strange. So it's kind of like I have to remember how to walk, or try not to walk in a funny way and just walk normally, lift and bend the knee, all that good kind of stuff. Nice and easy. Because once I left the hospital this morning, I went to work. So I was at work, sat at a desk for 5 hours. So just get out and stretch it a bit as well. Just to the end of the street here and back, or just to the corner and back. But hopefully this takes, and hopefully it lasts. And if so, if I can just get a cortisone shot every 4 or 6 months, that'd be great. And they said, don't, if the pain goes away and you feel normal and everything's great, don't go out and like overdo it. And I'm like, part of me just wants to jump up and down and be like, yeah. But I'm like, no, let's not do that. So just nice, easy stroll. Just give it a bit of a stretch. Get some fresh air while it's nice out. Because all last week was just torrential rain. You know what? I'm gonna go down all the way to the other end of the street down here, because I can walk again. God, you really do. You take things like your knees and stuff for granted. Oh, my knees will be fine. They bend, they straighten, they work. It's fine. And then one day they don't, or they hurt like a when you do. So go down to the end, then turn around and make my way back. Just a nice stretch, some fresh air, exercising these muscles that haven't been used properly in months. And go home and don't know if I'm put some ice on it. I don't think I need to, but just see how it goes and just take it day by day. And then I've got a follow-up appointment in 6 weeks. And so I guess we'll just see how it goes, how it, if I benefit from it. And if so, if she wants to continue with them. If not, the other alternative is the surgery. But with that, because what the surgery would do, it would take off the parts of the meniscus, muscle, padding, whatever it is, off, which would expose more bone on bone. And as I've already got arthritis in that area, it's like it's not gonna make it worse, but it might not be great overall. so hopefully this will do, and I can just stay at cortisone shots. But otherwise, just non-weight bearing exercising, some physiotherapy. Just refer me for physio. Said I should hear from them about 2-3 weeks. And just like with a resistant band at home, just stretching and everything. And so fingers crossed this works. And actually I got really teary-eyed when I was there, because I know my grandmother years ago had a cortisone shot, and I know some other people who had them done, and they're like, oh, they're so painful, and I was just like bracing myself, and I was like, oh, please work, and I got all teary-eyed. And then when I walked out of the hospital, and I was like, I can walk, and that got me teary-eyed. And then I got to work, and I was able to go up the stairs normally, not one step at a time, not gritting my teeth in pain. And I was like, I can walk, I can go upstairs, and it doesn't hurt. And I'm teary-eyed, and it's just, because it does, it really affects you when you can't use your legs properly. It really does affect you. And you just don't realize it until you don't have them anymore. So fingers crossed this will work. But yeah, I do need my left knee replaced. She said that's a definite. It's just a matter of when. Which is fine. It is what it is. I told my dad before he passed had his left knee replaced, good old titanium and everything, and he had to have it amputated because of, well, he was a ticking time bomb. He had diabetes and all this kind of stuff. He had an infection. They had him amputated above the knee. I was like, can you save the titanium knee? I need a left knee. And like, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So, so anyway, but one day we'll get that done. But of course, I'm still young. I'm like, not really. I'm getting closer and closer to 50. And so basically, I'm just buying time. So we try to be healthier and all that kind of good stuff. And, you know, and then when I do get old enough, they'll replace it. And then I'm sure at some point my right knee will be replacing because I've got arthritis in that one as well, but not as bad as the left. And I'm telling you, it's just one of those things you just don't think until it's too late. You know, it's like I've got so many, wish I could do over. I'd happily do over the pandemic, to be honest, because I made some stupid decisions during lockdown, being furloughed and everything. And but then as a teenager, I could have made better health choices as I got older. My diet with my exercise. I used to dance. I used to do gymnastics. So, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to let you know what all happened at the hospital this morning, and just saying, you know, please, just keep me in your thoughts if I have been already, and hopefully this will work out. Hopefully this will be a good temporary solution, if nothing else. And yeah, hopefully now that I can walk, I'll be able to go out and do more. Because I said to her, I'm not the social butterfly I used to be. I'm turning down going to places and doing things because I can't walk, and I don't like that. Especially since I've got my friend coming over from America in a couple of months. I'm gonna go out to London with them and go do stuff with them. And London isn't overly disabled friendly. And if I have to use a mobility scooter, it's really not friendly. So, but anyway, that's been a long enough video talking about me and my health and my woes. So thank you for listening. And yeah, if you've had your knees replaced or have had cortisone injections, any experience of that, comment below. Tell me, you know, what you had, why, if you want to, how you got on with it. Any advice or tips, or just general conversation, really. So I will leave you with that, and I will see you next time. Bye.
One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration, and if I make a mistake, it's called education.